My name is Myra Whitmore. I'm 34 years old, a cardiology resident, and a single mum to 3-year-old twins, Lily and Lucas. 2 months ago, I was lying in an emergency room, bleeding internally after a car crash, trying not to pass out while doctors rushed around. My hands were shaking when I dialed my parents. Didn't ask for money. I didn't ask for anything big. I just needed someone to watch my kids for a few hours while I went into surgery. Instead, my phone buzzed with a message in the family group chat. You've always been a nuisance and a burden. We have Taylor Swift tickets with Vanessa tonight. Figure it out yourself. So I figured it out. From that hospital bed, I called a 24-hour nanny service, paid triple the price, and made a decision that ended 8 years of silence. I cut my parents off. No more mortgage payments, no more insurance bills, no more car repairs, no more money. Everything stopped. 2 weeks later, someone knocked on my door, but to understand why that knock mattered, you need to know how I grew up in our house. Love came with a ranking system. My older sister Vanessa was number 1. Always, she was beautiful, charming, effortless. When she entered a room, my parents lit up like she was the sun. When she said she wanted to be a fashion designer, Mum cried happy tears. Dad called her our little genius. When I said I wanted to be a doctor, Dad just nodded. Practical. That was it, practical. So I stopped looking for praise. I buried myself in books, top grades, top schools, years of training. While Vanessa got applause, I got independence, or what I thought was independence. The day I graduated medical school should have been huge. My parents showed up 2 hours late. No flowers, no dinner, just a quick photo in the parking lot before rushing off to help Vanessa with some important meeting. Meanwhile, when Vanessa had her first fashion show, they flew to New York. 5-star hotel, front row seats. 17 Facebook posts about how proud they were. I got a rushed picture. Congrats. Honey, I told myself it didn't matter. I was strong. I didn't need them. That's what they'd taught me, right? Then the money started. 8 years ago, Dad called. Just this once, he said. We're short on the mortgage. I sent $2,400. Just this once. Became every month. Then insurance. Then repairs. Then emergencies. Every time they called, I paid. Even when I was pregnant and terrified after the twins' father left. Even when I was studying all night and barely sleeping. Even when they skipped the twins' birth because Vanessa had a show overseas. The transfers still went out. Every month, I kept a spreadsheet. I don't know why. Maybe deep down, I needed proof. After 8 years, the total was over $350,000. And somehow, I was still the burden. Then came the accidentid. Just finished a shift. Green light. Intersection. A truck ran red at 50 miles per hour. Metal screaming. Glass exploding. Darkness. I woke up in an ambulance. Pain tearing through my stomach. Marcus, an ER doctor I worked with, leaned over me. You're bleeding internally. You need surgery. My heart stopped. My kids, I whispered. The babysitter left in 45 minutes, so I called my parents, begged. Double quotes, please. Just a few hours. Silence. Then that text. Burden. Figure it out yourself. Laughing emoji from Vanessa. I remember staring at that screen while blood soaked through the bandages. That was the moment something inside me snapped. Not anger, clarity. I borrowed Marcus's phone, booked an emergency nanny, paid triple, handled it myself, like always. Then I decided I was done. Surgery lasted for hours. Ruptured spleen, doctors said. I barely made it. 5 days in the hospital. Not one call, not one visit. Strangers from the nanny service cared more about me than my own parents. So, on day 3, I opened my banking app, cancelled every transfer, blocked their numbers. No drama, no tears, just relief, like putting down a weight I'd carried for years. 2 weeks later, I was home making pancakes for the twins when someone knocked. My heart jumped. Tet, the Peephole, Grandpa Thomas. I hadn't seen him in years. Former federal judge. Sharp eyes, straight spine. He hugged me so tight my stitches hurt. I know everything, he said. Apparently Aunt Eleanor told him about the accident and the text. He handed me an invitation. His 70th birthday party. The whole family will be there, he said, and it's time the truth comes out. So I gathered everything. 8 years of bank records, every payment, every date, all in one folder. Seeing the numbers together made me sick. $360,000. And they called me a burden at the party. My parents were already working the room, laughing, acting perfect. Vanessa glided around in some expensive dress like nothing had happened. Then they started spreading lies, telling relatives I was unstable, emotional, that the accident messed me up, trying to paint me as crazy before I could speak. Classic, but Grandpa stood up, and the whole room went silent. He didn't yell, didn't accuse, he just asked questions. Who's been paying your mortgage for 8 years? Silence. Then he opened the folder. Read every number out loud. Mortgage, insurance, repairs, total $364,000. Gasps filled the room. Then he read the text, word for word, nuisance and burden. Figure it out yourself. People actually stepped away from my parents, like they were contagious. I'd never seen them look so small. Grandpa turned to me. Anything you want to say? I hadn't planned to talk, but I did. I don't hate you, I said. I just can't keep buying love that should have been free. I told them I was done. Paying, done, pretending. I needed space. Real space, not guilt, not manipulation, just truth. And for the first time in my life, I chose myself. After that night, everything changed. Relatives stopped inviting them to events. The group chat disappeared. Their money dried up. 3 months later, they had to sell the house. Dad got a hardware store job. Mum started bookkeeping. For once, they had to stand on their own, like I always had. Months passed. The $3,200 I used to send them, now it goes into the twins' college fund. My kids will never feel like a burden. Ever. Vanessa eventually called. Crying. Apologizing, saying she finally understood. I didn't forgive everything, but I told her one thing: start being better. That's all anyone can do now. We live in a small apartment near the hospital. Nothing fancy, but it's peaceful, Grandpa. takes the twins out every Sunday. Aunt Eleanor checks on me. Marcus still brings coffee sometimes. These people show up, not because of money, not because of obligation, because they care. And that's when I finally understood something. Love isn't something you earn by sacrificing yourself. It isn't payment for being useful. If someone only values you for what you give, that's not love, that's exploitation, and walking away from that isn't selfish, it's survival. I almost died on that operating table, but honestly, that accident saved me because it forced me to stop carrying people who never carried me. So if you're holding up a family that treats you like a burden, put the weight down. You're not selfish, you're not ungrateful, you're not difficult. You're just finally choosing yourself, and sometimes that's the bravest thing you can do.